Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Rabbi israh li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Saddid lisani nawir janani safi amani wa zid barayi. Viewers from around the world, welcome to Echo from TOUBA, a program happening here on LAMPFALL TV every other week at 3 o'clock, and also a rerun all the time on Sunday night. But first, before we start, long life to our Khalif Sheikh Muntaha Ibn Sheikh Bashir, Khalif of the Order. May Allah help him finish all the work he's having right now, especially again the University of TOUBA. We just started a while ago. But also salam to my Sheikh Murtada Ibn Sheikh Abdul Ahad. Welcome to Echo from TOUBA once again. We're delighted, happy to have today our guest visiting Sokhna Ndeye KHADY DABO, Miss KOITA. Miss KOITA, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, S.Fallou. Thanking you for inviting me. It's a big honor for me to be here. Okay, and I'm greeting all the community of Senegal, all the Murid community, and I'm very delighted to be here once again.
We're happy to have you as well, Miss KOITA. Today we're going to talk about role of women, past, present, but we'll take the example of Sokhna Mariama Bousso, the mother of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Of course, we're going to have her Magal happening inshallah on next April by the 20-something. The date is already set. Miss KOITA went to Sheikh Anta Diop University, but before went to high school in Louga at Malik Sall High School over there, and to Sheikh Anta Diop University, where she studied and had studied English. And also went to British Council, where she taught children, helped them on education, boys and girls, and afterward worked for Senegal Airlines, where she was steward, but also worked at the cabin crew for a long time now, teaching at a high school called Cedar Atena. Before we start, can you tell us about this educational past before we start the show, inshallah?
That educational
background. Right.
It was just I loved English.
Right.
It was my aim to master it, and I don't think that until now I have mastered it, but I'm doing my best to express myself.
Right.
So it just happened that I used to listen to my brothers speaking and singing English songs, and I was fond of them. I'm fond of the language. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Today, Sokhna Miss KOITA, we're talking about women past and present, having also again Sokhna Jara as a role model. Can you tell us about the history in this country, in terms of evolution, the history of women in Senegal?
For sure. Yes, in this country, in the past, women were really played an important role because we were in a much under matriarchal society.
Right.
And at that time, the Wolof community were led by the Braks, who were the fathers of the Linguère. Their daughters were called Linguère. We have the example of Fatim Yamar, who was the mother of Njobat Mbodj and Ndateyala, who played an important role in defending their countries and preventing them from being invaded. Yeah.
At the time, Senegal wasn't structured like it is. There was regions of Wallo,
yes,
Bawol.
At the time.
So Ndateyala was from the Wallo
area. Yes, she was from the Wallo area, and she's a sister, younger sister of Nyambat Mboj. Yes.
This is a story of women, very brave though,
yeah.
who stood up on invasion.
Yeah.
We call them, I think, the Talata Nder.
The Talata Nder.
I mean, the Tuesday of Nder.
Yes.
What's Nder? Is it a city or something?
Yes, Nder is a city in the Wallo. And those women were so brave, so patriotic, and at that time they were the Trarza Moor used to invade some cities, some region of Senegal.
Were the European or the Arabs?
No, the Arabic. Those coming from Mauritania.
Trarza.
There's the Trarza.
Right.
They used to invade the Wallo. They wanted to invade the Wallo. They wanted to take advantage of the absence of the BRAC to invade the city. But unfortunately, they faced a strong army of warriors led by women at that time.
Right.
Women were prepared physically, militarily, and politically to lead their countries. At their great deception, they were overwhelmed by the power of girls who defeated them. But they were proud enough not to go back defeated. So on their way back, they decided to gather and be stronger. And at a certain time, they came back and by surprise defeated the women of Nder. At that time, it was Fatima who was leading them at the absence of her father. And knowing that they were overpowered and overwhelmed by the
by the army.
Yes, by the Trarza army. Fatima decided to free her two daughters, Nyambat Mboj and Natayala, to continue her legacy. And after talking to her compatriot about the situation, that for sure they are defeated. But is it worth being captured and brought to Mauritania or to the Trarza countries and being sold there like slaves, or whether die without being dishonored? So they both decided to make a big suicide. They decided to burn themselves alive in the Rome.
Oh.
That is the tragic history of
how they did
women.
it. They use fire. They put fire on themselves,
because
right?
at that time, yeah,
they got people in the compound and set the thing on fire.
Yes. Wow. And that sign of being brave. Women were really brave at that time. I don't think that right now, currently, there are any
still have strong women ready to do that, right?
ready to do that again.
MashaAllah.
Just to defend their honor.
So you can tell then in Senegal area, women had a very strong position, though. Even though it's a matriarchal society, women still played a big role.
Yes. They used to play big role. Until now, they are playing big role. But the contexts are different. We are just in different contexts. That's why.
Hopefully, because salam to Professor Iba Der Cham, we're rewriting the history of Senegal right now.
Yes.
Hopefully, they're going to incorporate all these beautiful stories played by women in general in Senegal, like you mentioned, Ndatayalla of Talata Nder. But also running through history, you've seen in different regions, though. You've seen, for instance, Aline Sitoé Diatta, a brave woman who stood up also against white colonizators.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about Aline Sitoé Diatta.
Yes, Aline Sitoé Diatta was a very strong female leader who was captured very young. She was just something like 20 years.
She was.
Okay. And she was so brave that she said no to the white people, the colonizer, when they asked for the tax. It was called at that time the tax resistance. So they wanted to gain more money from people to finance the war, because it was at that time during World War II, and she refused to pay that. She was called someone like the one organizing rebellion or those against the government. So she was caught and was deported to Timbuktu, where she died. She
passed away in Timbuktu?
Yes, in Timbuktu.
Wow. What a beautiful story. How old was Aline Sitoé
something like 24.
24
yes,
years old.
She lived only 24.
So what happened in us? Where were the guys then when she stood?
That is a question.
When she stood up for?
That is a question. I wish that there was some man next to her so that to give her more power to resist. But this is a good question. I appreciate from you, from a man.
Hopefully they were there though, because she stood up very well. Aline Sitoé Diatta, again, thank you, Sokhna KHADY DABO, Miss KOITA.
Thank you so much,
Miss KOITA, for your introduction. It was beautiful. We talk about a little bit of history of women of Talat there and Aline Sitoé Diatta. Hopefully we're going to put up, inshallah, upload all these videos on YouTube, but also you can go and visit our page, which is Eco from TOUBA page on Facebook. Again, don't forget to like that page. It's going to help boost a little bit the audience on for our show, which is every 2 weeks right here on LAMPFALL TV. Salam also to Sheikh Abdoulaye Kamara, but also Sheikh Mustafa of Sibi Khotan, a sheikh and a friend of mine. All the friends again watching and from abroad, inshallah. This is a little bit the history of our precious woman, and now it's a different story. Senegal been independent since the 60s. Tell us about from the get-go, from the 60s. What was the structure just after independence of Senegal?
Just after, I would like to come back just a little bit on that question. I would like to let people know that whether it's true that we are independent, but I would like also people to know that even if we're independent, we have again a struggle to have to struggle again to lead ourselves better, because until now we feel the presence of the colonizer. Until now we haven't got our own currency, and all of that is to be clear in people's mind that we have the struggle is not finished yet. It's not only Ndata Yalla and Fatim Yamal who were supposed to show their
lead, right?
Yes, we have also to fight until the end to show people that we are continuing. Yes, there are a lot to do.
But Senegal did a lot of progress though from independence. Of course, I heard the GDP of Senegal was equal to that of South Korea, but from independence to today, all the progress that happened in Senegal from Senghor, Diouf, Wade to Macky Sall, certainly there's a lot that has been done though. It is undeniable, isn't it?
I'm not criticizing all of that. We're making progress, but I think that we don't have to say now it's okay, we are independent and that's it. The fight is supposed to continue. We have to defend ourselves, our color. We have to be more respected, and I think that women are also can play also their role. I see sometimes some women facing some people and tell them exactly all the sufferances we are enduring because of not being free completely. I can maybe talk about.
Is it you saying being free? Is it you talking about the system holding you in Senegal, or the structure of Senegalese society from grassroots?
Yes, the structure of Senegalese society until now, who are under the influence of French society. We are not free yet to live our beliefs, our traditional values. If we were really, I think that we could at least in the schools teach the Quran properly. We can talk about our honorable, valuable men, such like Sheikh Ahmad Bamba. Those men, what we have is so strong that I think that we don't have to smuggle it. We have to just to show exactly all the power we have with those great people. We have to teach Sokhna Diarra who she was, so that it's clear. We don't need to cite or to quote other philosophers, because we have our own philosophers already. We don't need to look far. We have to look inside ourselves.
Like if I understand you, we're being chained by Senegalese structure, but also influenced by the French. Because like you said, there's a lot of figures we can put up front, like we mentioned Aline Sitoé Diatta, like Ndata Yalla, but also recently, and the pious one, Sokhna Diarra, Mam Bousso, we're gonna talk about later on. We were on the structure of today's society. But it's also of course, women had gained lot of points though. Before, after independence, they've been struggling from the four communes, from St. Louis, Gorée Island, there was Dakar, and also there's another one, Rufisque. There's a great woman who came out and then, you know, helped women to give them the right to vote, for instance, in Senegal. And I heard they've been voting since the 1800s. But they're only reserved for these 4 areas though. They've been voting, and then, you know, they really struggle and then help integrated parties, political parties, and then play big role. We can name many women who stood up next to Senghor, next to Diouf, and to Wade as well. Until recently, they have a law at the assembly that is voted for parity, to have equal number of men and women. This is a big progress. How do you guys came up to that? The fight you really did in Senegal.
Proud. I'm really proud that at least people are taking are considering us better. You know, because I've traveled a lot. I was a cabin crew. I've traveled a lot, but I've noticed that in Senegal, women have very important. Yes, women are very important. They are really they are feeling basic. They are given basic roles like education. No, not exactly education, but like health, with Eva Marie Cole Sek, and those responsibilities makes us really feel comfortable and feel estimated. You know.
So there's a lot of gain in terms of political
lot
ground.
Of progress.
You had though, inshallah, and also I mean, there is going to be a struggle as always. You know, in women in society. Can you describe us right now, if there's any kind of problem you're having? What kind of struggle you guys fighting? You having right now in present day Senegalese society?
In present days, yes, I would like just people to stop discrimination towards women. Yes, telling that we have to stay at home and follow our husband's recommendations and everything. And I think that we are tending to stop that, because nowadays we see many women around searching for a job, not even limiting themselves in domestic cause. So they are leaders. They are women entrepreneurs who try to make it, whether they have an education or no. They are trying to make it. Yes.
And in Senegal, you have already 2 women prime minister. We had Major Boy under Wade. We had also what's the name again? The one with the Macky Sall recently.
Mimi Touré.
Mimi Touré also with Macky Sall. This is a big progress in Africa, isn't it?
All of that is to pay tribute to women.
Right.
Yes.
And that's your rights too, though.
Yes, for sure.
But also, this is not a tricky question, though.
No.
Once you guys fought with the what do you call them again? The parity. And now there's equality in terms of number we're taking in enterprises, in work spaces, and there's but in the houses though there's still no parity in the. I mean, expenses should be shared right now. Since there's parity, isn't it?
Yes, we feel parity everywhere.
Even though I know women do a lot in Africa.
For sure, because you know that women, all they want is to be praised and to be just say thank you, or you are there. We're searching for perfection. Okay, every time everyone want to praise her husband. That's why they're doing until they're tired. They will never get tired. All they can.
No, what we're saying now is just it's time to share the bills.
Yes, the bills are not shared equally. I'm telling you,
in the house,
women spend more. Are spending more, yes, for sure, because physically they are taking care of the domestic cause, yet they are taking their money and buying things without asking their husband's contribution. Yes, because I'm telling you, you can find women working, having a job already, and trying to do something else just to earn money. Because as S.Fallou said, lack of chance is when you know at the end of the month what you're supposed to have. So we don't have to stay waiting for what is going to happen to you at the end of the month. You have to sell here. Like me, I'm an example for myself. I'm an English teacher, yet I'm a caterer. So I'm preparing foods here and there, and I'm selling them. And that kind of money can help. And when it enters in the family, it will be a gain. But I'm not forced to do that.
Right.
No one forced me.
Right.
But it's just kind of participating, showing my husband that if he's on my side, I'm by his side.
Right.
Yes, as we are supposed to do.
I'll call him.
They say that behind every man is a woman, is a strong woman supporting. And I'm thanking him on passage because he's just doing his all his duties.
MashaAllah, salam to Mr. KOITA and also to all the children over there.
Thank you so much.
I'll ask you, I'll call you, I'll give you, inshallah. I mean, you know, thing aside, really women in Africa are really strong and doing really great work though. Not just helping their husband, but also being there for children. This is important. You know, guys sometimes they really get away from that, and you know, staying with children, helping them in education, being strong no matter in all steps of life. Women doing incomparable work, really. So hats off to our sisters, mothers, and daughters, of course. We talk about the struggle though, and when we talk about struggle, there's also always lack of education. And lack of education usually is most impacted in terms of you know, when you consider women. The rates of women, girls going to school, is it a good percentage right now?
I think that we have made a lot of progress comparing ourselves in the last decades. Yes, because something in it was a survey about in sub-Saharan Africa. We've discovered that 24 million of of girls and women are going to school, are out of school.
Out of school, right?
Yes, out of school. And we have something like 66% from at primary school, and less than that, we have 24% in secondary school. Yes, but it's better than how we used to.
The numbers getting better.
Yes, it's better.
But not too good right now. Not very
too good. Yes.
Right. There's work to do though.
No, yes, a lot of work to do.
What is it, the activity? Because there's a lot of NGOs, a lot of associations though. But when it comes to help, really you see that women are more, I don't know, these NGOs are more oriented to women and children. That's what you see, especially when there's money out.
Because
you know?
I think that it's normal because there was the one who was discriminated. I won't say discriminated exactly, but who were left behind because they were private. They did not have the right to go to school at a certain time.
Absolutely.
Girls were supposed to stay at home, taking care of the family, the children, and that's it. And doing agricultural works also, like my parents Jola, who are very brave, hardworking people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you see that now, since all of that, women endured all of that. It's time now that NGOs take care of them. I think, okay, and just to rescue them.
Give you the money. Oh boy, yeah. No. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think that they deserve that.
There's plans. There's more you guys should do, and then you kind of really organize yourself though in terms of helping. Because when you educate a woman, a girl,
you educate a whole community.
You educate a community,
yeah.
And this is really important to know that. And there's a long time Africa is lagging on that, not doing the right thing. But hopefully Senegal will take a lead, and other countries really in Africa. Really to help women and to see the light under the tunnel, inshallah. Again, happy to have a guest today, a graduate of Cheikh Anta Diop University, Miss KOITA Sohna KHADY DABO, teaching right now at a school named Athena Sedar. This is in Dakar, right?
Yes, this is in Dakar.
What kind of work you do over there? Teaching English or?
I'm teaching English there, and I'm supervising also all the activities, all the structures in the school, because it is an internat. So boys are separated from girls.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, it's beautiful, and I'm taking care of.
Internship is all month, or they just only
every week. They
every
go
week.
home every week.
Right.
And I'm saying hi to my head of school, Mrs. Conte, who gave me very big responsibilities there. And she's an example as women.
I'm going to come to Cedar and make a program over
No
there.
problem.
See how you do with the girls and the catering. I mean, you must make a lot of nice cakes though and stuff.
For sure, we're making wonderful cakes there. Really, really.
What do you, I mean, I'm going to, in terms of the culinary thing over there in the school though, this is just a point I want to open there. Because a lot of food that's been, that's grown in Senegal and people not using, and they're using other foods imported here. What do you give children for food? Because food is important. What type of food do you give?
We give them local food.
Local food?
Yes, not imported one.
Right, right.
But they like when we deal with fast food, those kind of junk food. But we make local food, very delicious one, and they appreciate.
They appreciate that.
Yes.
Because this is about time. If you don't use our products though, and using other, it's not a good thing. There's a lot of things that's made in Senegal, different sort of fruits, different sort of really food we can really apply to our daily intake though, and that will be a great help, and that will also help women, because it's most women, especially the hard-working Jola, they always, you know, work in the field and do a lot of production.
For sure.
Those quality will be a plus for what they do right now. Miss KOITA, of course, we talk about education, how important it is for girls right now, and we see really how majority of them right now well educated and pretending though. You go to the assembly, in the government, in all society. Now we talk about the influences of Islam. If we take the influence of Islam though, we'll see kind of really perfect role model that we have, very educated, and this is important. Even if you recall history in terms of education, Sohna Aisha, the wife of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, was one of the most educated of his generation. If people used to come with some questions, and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will point them to Sohna Aisha, telling them, ask her the questions, to tell you how she's the one who will like have much more, the more of hadith she memorized, to tell you how much she was an intellectual. Right now, if we come back and in Senegal we have someone, Sohna Jara, the mother of Serigne Touba, who represent a lot here. She have her own magal, how she worked, she lived her life, how pious she was. Taking Sohna Jara as a role model. First, can you tell us who was Sohna Jara first, before we take learn something from her life?
First of all, I would like to thank you first for inviting me.
Right.
Once again,
my pleasure.
I will thank you until the end of my life.
Oh boy.
Because I'm asking myself what I've done to deserve being here to talk about that holy woman, a gift from a divine gift, who came on earth to honor human beings, particularly women. And I'm asking what I've done to deserve being here to talk about her. And she's my model. She's my model from when I was very child until now. And I'm very fond of her stories, the way she was behaving with her family. First of all, the fact of mastering the Quran at the age of, before the age of 14 was wonderful. I'm unable to do that. Mr. S.Fallou, I'm unable to do that. And I don't think that I will master the quarter of the Quran if we divide it into 4 parts. I don't think that I'll be able to master at least that. It means that she was really someone, no one can fathom. Can know her dimension. And the fact of leading us through her behavior, her right behavior, her way of being mastering the Quran, her way of being under her husband's authority, thank you so much, was something incomparable.
Well, if Sohna Jara was a great personality, reason why, of course, she had Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Before she went to her house, she said that, because women in Africa, this is what they used to do before they go to their husband's house, they used to do their wishes. And she said, I know Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the last prophet, but if I know there was no last prophet, I'm sure in my house I'm going to have a prophet over there. So she was engaged though, Sohna Jara. But La Harwa, comme they said in Arabic, no surprise, because her mother is Sohna S.Fallou, who was herself a teacher. She lived about 100 30 something.
30, well, yeah, something like that.
She was the reason why Serigne Touba wrote Sindidi, a Khasida, because Sokhna Asta Walo used to read a nice set of poems that were called Dalailul Khairat.
Yes.
And Serigne Touba promised her one day she's going to write a nice poem for her.
And that's what she was reciting when she was busy in her domestic cause.
Absolutely.
She was the holy one.
Absolutely.
Really.
And then she wrote a nice poem. Sindidi, of
Sindidi
course, for...
is my favorite.
Is it?
It is my favorite, yes. It is a very beautiful poem.
It's a beautiful poem.
Because I think that the fact of praying for her mom is Sheikh Ahmad Bamba prayed for her mom in that, and since I'm very attached to my mom, like everyone, so that Hasidah is capable to make me cry everyone.
Your mother's around?
Yes, she's around.
What's her name?
Her name is KHADY Bachi.
KHADY Bachi.
Yes.
Salam to KHADY Bachi.
Yes.
Thank you for watching Eco from TOUBA. Again, we're going to upload all these videos. We're going to, inshallah, put them on Facebook. Just write down Eco from TOUBA on Facebook. And don't forget to like that page, though. There's a WhatsApp group, though, as well. If you inbox me your number, I'll add you up to the WhatsApp group. Thanks to Sokhna Musli, also watching from New York. Sokhna Musli Johnson, your Porsche is really amazing, though. How open-minded really you are, and culturally really knowledgeable. All these beautiful Porsches we see. Thanks to you and all your family, and thanks again for watching. Of course, Eco from TOUBA. Sokhna Jara, who lived in Porokhane.
Yes.
She lived in the vicinity of TOUBA area, and then later on, not in TOUBA, but in the place of Serigne Bay Jakhate. I'm kind of losing that. But later on, she moved to Porokhane, where she stayed for a couple of years, and also where she passed away. Can you tell us a little bit about Porokhane, when she lived in Porokhane area?
Yes, when she lived in Porokhane area, it is a city. Porokhane was a city where people most of the time went to make the jihad, because at the time living condition there was very hard, and people came there because they knew that there is something very important, because it was hard to access. So if you compare right now Porokhane, the current Porokhane, and the one in the whole time, there is a big difference, because now it's easy to access.
It was not very. It was a difficult place to live, though.
Yes, it was a very difficult place. Because there was
jihad over there at that time.
Yes.
And Mamor Antasali went there to really help a jihadi personality to wage war, Islamic wars of Maba Jahuba.
Yes, Maba Jahuba.
And that's why they lived in that area.
Yeah.
And then Sokhna Jara followed her. And then Sokhna Jara did a great work in terms of in the house of Mamor Antasali.
Yes.
How she really helped him, with the education, because Mamor Antasali had a school in Porokhane, and then he's the one who really helped Mam Jara, like you doing the catering, all the big, serving food to the children.
And I heard that even when she was told that she was asked if she would like to marry, the first question she asked was her future marry, her future husband did her future husband master the Quran first? It was one of the reasons. The first question she asked about where she was supposed to live, with whom she was supposed to live with, was my future husband, did he master the Quran? It was the question she asked Sokhna Jara. It showed that she was really devoted to Quran. The most important thing for her is Quran.
Right.
Yeah.
She loved the Quran.
Yeah.
And also, if you take her, like a woman, like guys, everybody needs a role model, someone you can look up to. And in order to have some lights in your life, and on that we should recall someone like Sokhna Maryam, mother of Isa ibn Maryam. There's a lot of resemblance, though, between Sokhna Maryam and Sokhna Jara, isn't it? In terms of piousness and worshiping Allah. Yes,
there are a lot of resemblance, because they have. She was given the name of Sokhna Maryam, and they were pure. They piety, the way of their way of behaving. There are a lot of similarities between those.
Right.
That's why the poem Sheikh Ahmad Bamba dedicated to Sohna Mariam.
Fusti.
Yes, he saw that that poem fitted also to her mom.
And they all lived 33 years.
And yes, there are some similarities between
There's
those.
a lot of similarities. Being pious. That's why I kind of, I'm going to say this, because when Sëñ Tuubaa wrote Fusti, a lot of people think it's nice. It was written by Sohna Mariam, but not the one they call Mary, for instance.
No,
you know,
yes.
we respect all belief though, but Sëñ Tuubaa wrote for Mariam. Mariam didn't believe in Trinity, didn't believe in that, but she was a pious Muslim, just like Isa ibn Maryam. So the poem the Sheikh wrote for Mariam is not the one people think she wrote for Mary, because there's a different story. Because the way they believe in Mary, that there's a lot of differences with the Mariam.
Yes, for sure.
Who believe.
Until to my great surprise, I made some mistakes before. Yes, I thought that it was for Mary, and by the time when I made some researches and some inquiries, that I discovered that the poem was for Sohna Mariam.
Right.
Yeah.
And a beautiful poem. Saint Touba said, for instance, "O Mary, you surpass the women of all women of spirituality in the eyes of Allah. He cannot be comprehended. The master of be and it is, like kun fayakun. He gave into you one of the best prophet who was beyond criticism. Through you, the Virgin Mary, the people of faith succeeded by not worshipping idols, So Mary was one who believed in unity, in one Allah, who believed in ikhlas. So that's the one, Sëriñ Touba. And even if Sheikh Abdullah, our great Sheikh, was born, Sëriñ Touba sent, because equally also the mother of Sheikh Abdullah's name is Sohna Mariam as well, Sohna Mariam Jakhate. Sëriñ Touba sent someone to read the poem of Fusti in the ear of Sëriñ Abdullah and said, whoever know by heart the name of Sheikh Abdullah will not see hellfire. So and that then you'll understand Sheikh Abdul Ahad, meaning the one who worship only the one. So Sheikh Abdullah came in to kind of bring back what they deny on Sayyidina Isa, which is the Trinity, saying that he's the one who brought that. And Sëriñ Touba really, by Sëriñ Abdullah, erases that assertion that Isa ibn Maryam believe in that. This is truly a beautiful story. So if you take an example from Sohna Jara, how much women today need that beautiful example?
All women. They do, without distinction. All women.
Well, we must have a problem then in Senegalese society. What is the problems that happen, that occur, that makes you really recall the example of Sohna Jara to help?
Because we were not. Because
are we being westernized? Are we being? What happened to our beautiful sisters and ladies? I mean, and mothers right now.
They're just they want to have the right place God has given us, even into the Quran. Women have an important place in Quran. I don't think that people they know it exactly, the importance they have in the Quran. And it is Sohna Mariama who showed that importance, how important are women in all women. Okay. Because what she achieved, I think that no one will achieve it. Okay, she proved that women are not object of distraction for men. She proved that women must be respected. They are respectful and honorable. Because what she mastered, a lot of men could not master that. At the age of 14, mastering the Quran. There are some men who can't do that until now. So she put in a very high level the image of women. Yes,
It's
women.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and we really need her example
Yes.
right now for women, of course, to go forward.
Yes.
Talking about Sohna Diarra, also we're going to come quickly to Serigne Touba.
Yes.
The one and only, who founded this order, an exceptional person, I mean personality, who helped people really find peace with the meaning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who call out to people in Mbacké Kadior, and then I tell them that Allah asked me to call you to come to me, because I'm a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and a lot of people responded to their call. But at the time there was a woman, Sohna Penda Diop, who responded also. Can you tell us a little bit about Sohna Penda Diop, if you know her story?
I don't master exactly her story, but what I can say is that the Sheikh warned her about her behavior towards her husband. Yes, she maybe made mistakes on her way of behaving with her husband, and Sheikh Ahmad Bamba through Penda Diop taught women how to behave, how not to disobey their husband who believed in God. Never disobey your husband who believed in one
Absolutely.
God. Yes.
Absolutely.
Sohna
Penda Diop was the wife of Serigne Mbacké Kadior, Serigne Mbacké Kadior, and Mame Mor Anta Sali, the father of the Sheikh Ahmad Bamba, are the same family. That's his brother, actually. And then you know, when Serigne Touba called for Muridiya, and people came in, there was a different way of conveying the knowledge, because people used to go to learn without learning how to practice, and there's a big difference. You can learn and then just have the knowledge, but practicing is the
problem.
That's why Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came in and told them, Rabbi ashabaka bil himma wa la turabbi bidars faqat. Tell them, teach the people that from now on they practice what they learn. They should be engaged instead of just learning. But wala turabbi rabbi kulla wahidin minhum bima yaliqu bi. Just like la yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. Train the people as much as they can carry. Don't give them too much, they cannot do that. At the same time, there's a woman, Sohna Penda Diop, who came in and asked for help from the Sheikh to be trained, because they used to see people who went to Dara, who spent 15 years and came back, they had the knowledge of the Quran, but they still committed a lot of crazy stuff. Because like there's no education. So education, Serigne Touba used to say, in my house, if you take the tarbiyah, the education facet of this movement, you took everything. If you took whatever you took without taking this tarbiyah, you haven't taken nothing. So that's to tell you how much education. So Sohna Penda Diop, Serigne Touba wrote a beautiful wasaya, which is the letter to her, and then
giving her
advices how she should behave. Serigne Touba told her, for instance, be patient in Allah's fear, God-fearing, secretly and publicly. Thus Allah will forgive you. That was the first line of the letter. Second line, remain steadfast in repentance and always stay in the right path. Never get out of it. Be always quiet. Oh boy.
We need that. I think that this letter is not for her only.
That third line in Africa is need to be studied. Be always quiet, as keeping a faint voice, and cover up your body, and Allah will protect you.
You see
cover
that?
up your body.
We need that. This letter is not only for Penda Diop. It's for all women.
Right. Serigne Touba gave him this letter. That was in Mbacké Kadior in 1883.
Good.
On the fourth line, never cast your sight into haram. Never see anything haram, as long as you are alive, except that which is made lawful.
You see that.
You know, avoid backbiting, cruel talk behind people's back. Avoid that. Being boastful, and firmly establish patience and silence.
You see that.
That was the fifth line. The sixth line, I recommended that. I'm reading a translation though, so if you hear anything that is
no problem.
You know, spare me of. Forgive me on that. I recommend that you avoid lying. Lying is a lot of people say about all kind of negative things on sins, but lying
is not
is on top of
yes.
all kind of sins that human being can
yes,
do.
and a Muslim mustn't lie at all.
And lying is just something a Muslim should stop. And even some people, they tell them, who's a Muslim? The first answer was the one who doesn't lie.
Yes,
the one who doesn't lie. That's the Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After, of course, saying the Shahada.
Yes.
I recommended that you avoid lying.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy.
Arrogance. Fame, trying to be famous. And hatred. Those are 6 lines. 7 line. I recommended that you cultivate truth. So if you stop lying, cultivate the truth.
You cultivate the truth. Yeah.
Integrity. Admonition, then you'll prevail. Number 8, don't disobey your husband.
You see.
You see what?
This is what men have taken. This is your favorite.
This is because I mean, you have to be sincere on that, because Sona KHADY, when Allah says Ya ayyuhan nas,
yeah, He
meant all people.
True.
But when he say al kafirun, that's the people. Alladhina kafaru, the people who doesn't believe.
Who doesn't believe?
But when he say alladhina amanu, that's the one who believe.
The one who
and
believe.
These are the only one Allah give laws to follow.
Okay.
Not the other one.
Not the other
if
one.
you're out of the community of believers, Allah's not talking to you anymore.
Yes.
So for the community of the believers, don't disobey your husband.
Okay, I will keep it in mind. I won't forget about it anymore.
If you do that,
yes,
you're obeying at the same time your Lord. But TOUBA said one day,
yeah,
to someone who came in with this idea of, my wife is doing beautiful. I'm happy. I'm really happy with her.
Yeah.
TOUBA told him, is Allah happy with you?
That is a question also.
Is Allah. What I'm saying is, if you follow someone like TOUBA telling you to follow your husband, it means you guys are united by Islam.
Yes.
Your husband is following Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But someone, we're not telling you to follow someone who's not following Allah.
That's it. That's
exactly. That's the reason even why we don't want our woman to marry someone who is not
a Muslim.
Right.
Yes.
Because then that law will not
be suitable.
Will not suitable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't disobey. On 8 line, don't disobey your husband.
Yes.
You know, as good one, and pretend that you obey Allah.
Yeah.
Number 9, do know that the jihad of woman without a shadow of a doubt is to obey their husband.
Yes, that's
which is
true.
The husband obeying Allah as well.
Yes, and that's what we're doing.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do.
Whatever a husband, a good one, is satisfied with a wife, then the Lord is satisfied. You see the conclusion?
Yeah.
With her by His grace. However, it is not satisfied with a wife, Allah shall never be pleased with her.
That's true.
We're still talking about it. So this is the wasaya.
Yeah.
TOUBA wrote to
Sohna Penda Chop.
Right.
Yes.
Your take on that?
Yes, I would like to say that it is not only for Penda Chop only. This letter suits to every woman.
All women.
Yes, all women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we are we have our deflects also. We are very brave. We are supporting our husbands, but sometimes we may be a little bit stubborn in some points and all of that. That happen, but we're not maybe doing it meaningfully. It just happened that sometimes Shaitan is stronger than us.
Absolutely.
And that's
and
it. But
he's the only enemy, though.
Yes, and our pride is not to be against our husband's decision. Okay, and that's what I believe. Myself, I never intend to disobey my husband because Sohna Mam Jara is my reference, and I'm trying to look like or to have at least one of her qualities. Yes, that's what I'm trying. Yeah.
And also, is it too much manhood displayed on translations of Islamic texts?
Yes,
because is not a problem for women, like to hear when they talk about the men going to paradise with oral aims. They don't talk about, they don't put emphasis on women most of the time, though. Isn't that sometimes, I just want to be critical, though. Isn't that sometimes a problem with women?
In Senegal, yes.
In Senegal?
It seems like those translating the Quran, it seems like those translating, they don't tell exactly how important God care for women in the Quran. And at a certain time, you are.
There's a surah called Nisa'i, for instance.
Yes.
There's a full surah of Maryam
dedicated for
in Surah Al-Anza, Muslimina wal Muslimat, Mu'minina Mu'minat.
Yeah.
So the rights of women is respected in
the Quran.
In the Quran.
Yet people don't
but the
tell
translations
it. The translation of it is a problem, because they are scared. I think that here's even women, all women are scared. The fact of not going to paradise if ever they.
you see, I'm on your side though, and you know.
Thank you for that.
This is a story I always tell when we're around with guys. I'll tell them.
Yeah.
Inshallah, they say, of course, a woman been created from the ribs of
man,
Adam.
Yeah,
but also, Adam. Always women can respond to them that when Isa ibn Maryam was created, there was no man around.
No men were around, yes.
There's nobody
This is a
around.
good answer.
This is just Allah should show the guys that sometimes you have to stop. These are really, I mean, women I respect. And
For
then
sure.
Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they told him, what was your choice, the things you like in life the most, and he said 3. He didn't say men. He said praise, perfumes, and women.
Thank you so much.
This is our prophet.
You should tell it loud. I would like you to tell it loud in Wolof, so that my dear friends know that they are very important.
Well, if you just let guys who kind of oriented on different agenda translate, texts of Islam, that's what happened. But also, all you want for women to be just to be pious. I mean, our Sheikh Al-Khadim really show good example. Beside that, Sohna Fadja, a great example, that woman can relate to. Sohna May Kabir, there's a story of when she was Sintuba was in Mauritania, and then Sheikh Sidiya came in with the Mustaf that his daughter wrote, and he showed it to the Sheikh. My daughter wrote this book. Sintuba said, I wanted my daughter, because it was in Mauritania, she was in Senegal, I wanted my daughter to, but they were very young. And then when Sintuba came to Senegal, you know how Sintuba is in terms of engagement. Sohna May grew up, and then at night she told Sohna May to bring the couscous that was ready to serve. And then after Sheikh Sidiya was visiting Jurbel, they had dinner, and that was beautiful. Sheikh Sidiya was like, so who did that? And then Sohna May brought the book. She wrote the Quran entirely. By herself. So I told Sheikh Sidiya, the one who wrote the book
was the one who prepared
this beautiful
couscous. I heard about that.
That's our Sheikh.
I heard about it.
And so many stories that Sintuba did to really help upgrade the situation of women in Senegal. It's almost over. It's almost an hour right now, the show. So as a conclusion, what is it you want to say about what we should do, your advices to women in Senegal, how we should grab to our heritage of Islam, our heritage of Serigne Touba? What's your advice to women right now in Senegal and abroad watching it?
I would like to just tell them that they have to stay themselves. Don't try to copy anyone, because we have our role models here in Senegal. So if we refer on the way of behaving like Sohna Jara, we won't have any problem. But by the time, I would like people to give more importance to women, particularly those in the rural areas. We have to increase the social living
standard.
Yes, because they are not moving to, they are not taking the boat, they are not traveling to flee their countries. They are staying. So we have to look at them and see what they need, give them more equipment to give birth, and put them in right living conditions. And I would like also all of them to stop comparing themselves to men. We are by their side. Let's stay by their side, giving them advices, because we are very clever too.
Right. In terms of advices, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
so this is the end of the show, and hopefully it's not going to be the first time though. It was beautiful. You're going to come back, inshallah, for many others. Of course, there's a lot we should talk about. Your salam alaikum to some friends, your shout out to your family before we start.
My family, I would like to thank my mom for giving me a good education, because since women are giving education, education,
Right.
and my dad also has given me a good education, but we were very connected to
I didn't say
mom.
hi to your dad though. He's
Yes, I would like to say hi to my
what's his name again?
son DABO,
Sana Dabo.
and
Assalamu
all
alaikum.
Luga population,
From Luga,
those
right.
watching me.
Right.
I would like to thank my husband first also
Right.
for giving me the permission to be here.
Come here, right, mashallah.
Mr. KOITA, I say hi to you and thank you for supporting me.
Alhamdulillah.
And also to my friends in Luga with whom I was at high school. We have Sheikh Mbake. Sheikh Mbake Mbow is a fervent murid. He's sending me most of the time Ibrahim sayings, and yes, and I would like him to know, you know him, maybe one day I will introduce him to you. And my family, my son, and my little one, S.Fallou, Sohna Fadja Mbake. Okay.
And you're getting ready for Porohan, inshallah.
I'm ready for Porohan from now.
Right, right.
I'm ready for Porohan from now.
By the way, Sheikh Muntaha is building a university.
Yes.
To help her with education.
Yes.
Just a couple of seconds on that before I close it up.
I'm not surprised at all.
For women, I mean, how are they going to be? Do you guys, you know, getting ready to help with this no task?
Yes, it won't be a surprise for me because Sayyid Muntaha, what he's done is something really symbolic, and that's what we needed. We can't do but praising that.
Right.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
very
alhamdulillah.
symbolic from Sohna KHADY. Of course, we're so proud of you and happy to have you, though. We talk about Sohna Jara role model, but women in general in Senegal, around the world. And if you heard what she said about the struggle of women here in Senegal, how you know, they need to do in order to upgrade their living standard, you'll see it was beautiful. Hopefully, we're gonna have again to develop that story of women, our mothers, sisters, our daughters. I don't know other people, but I will always stand on their side, though, knowing in society what you represent for us, in society what your struggle. If I think about my mother, how they raised us, all the struggle they did, we cannot but you know, wish them well and help them also to go forward. That was it for Eco from TOUBA. You can check out the page, Eco from TOUBA page, though. We're going to upload all these videos again, inshallah, on YouTube once it's done, inshallah, every 2 weeks right here on LAMPFALL television. Thanks to Aliou Chun for helping us and all the crew helping me to bring out this show. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Jërëjëfati Serigne Touba, jaraw lakke Maam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall.
رنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون رنا سكر الذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون